need some milk.
Embarrassing.
Mira. Wow, doctor. Qué lindo me quedó la carita. Puedo respirar mejor.
Her face is getting smushed in like those baby dolls.
He needs some milk.
Do you eat avocados?
I eat a plant-based
Do
diet.
you eat avocados?
We're asking the government.
Do you eat avocados? Yes?
A leading study from
Do you
Oxford-
look, it's an interview. You don't just answer different questions. Do you eat avocados?
I eat a plant-based diet, which
Do
is...
you eat avocados?
Yes.
Yes, you do. Great. Do you know how avocados and almonds get made?
Absolutely.
You do.
Yes.
So you realise that in California, every year, for 6 weeks, they fly in billions of bees to create your almonds and avocados. And in that process, several billion bees get murdered. This is avocado.
I'd really
Why are
like
you
to
laughing?
respond.
It's not funny.
I'd like to respond.
Bees getting slaughtered and you giggling away like it doesn't matter whilst destroying buildings because you care so much about animals. You don't care about the little guys.
And I must say, we need more strong, independent black lesbian women like Piers Morgan.
Okay, why can't I identify as a black lesbian?
Well, firstly, I mean, it was
Why can't I identify as a black lesbian?
Do you have to be Chinese to wear this?
You don't have to. Anybody can wear.
What prompted you to make that video?
I made that video to prove anti-white ivory tower professors like the one in your studio wrong. This video and the others that I've made like it with Native Americans, with Mexicans, with the Chinese you just watched are irrefutable evidence that people like that professor are exactly wrong on cultural appropriation. I've seen people get offended by braids and say braids are a black people thing and white people can't wear braids. It's called a Dutch braid. It was from back in Nordic times, old Nordic times, with white people, with Vikings, would wear braids, yet people want to come and claim that it's some part of their culture now. No, you can't claim that something is just a part of your culture either. It's for people to share and celebrate and use so you can actually have a society that is cohesive and works together as a melting pot, not all these different groups that can't work together because everyone's so offended. The only people who are actually offended by cultural appropriation don't really have anything else of meaning going on in their lives, it seems.
As a Japanese man, I get offended when other countries get nuked. As an offended person, I get offended when someone else gets offended. I know, I'm just confused as you are. I'm more confused than this guy getting caught taking a shit.
Savannah, how easy it is for you to get a guy's number?
I don't know. Are we about to find out?
We better run it right now. I want you to get that brother right there. Can you get that number?
Well, he's looking right at me.
We'll get it.
He's already looking, so I think you got
Walk
it.
to him. I want you to walk to him and ask for his number.
I'm sorry. Can I get your number? They wanted me to ask you for their number, so can I get your number?
Why y'all want her to ask me for my number?
Because you look good.
Yeah, you can get my number.
Okay, babe.
Damn, Savannah.
Everything's so easy for you.
Bro folded like a $2 lawn chair. You see, women are living life on easy mode because when you have 99% of men that would do anything for some puss and to get inside that smelly fish hole, and when you tell women that their lives are easier than men, they don't believe you.
Men earn narcissism.
Men do not earn a right to be narcissistic. Like, just shut up.
Men earn confidence and arrogance. Women don't. Women are born with their value. Men must earn their value. So if a man's arrogant, more than likely he's probably accomplished something. When a woman's arrogant, 9 out of 10 times, she hasn't accomplished anything. She just has a bunch of DMs. See, this is the problem that a lot of modern day women have. They lack critical thinking skills. Women tend to go off of their feelings versus what's real. They go off the feels and not the reals. What a girl is supposed to do is come into a man's life, see where he's deficient. Okay, I noticed that you like to go to the gym at this time. I'm going to make sure that you have a protein shake with as many grams of protein as you need.
Just get a PA.
I'm going to make sure that's done, and I'm a deductive problem solver. I'm able to be observant, because that's women's gift, is being observant of social situations. That's why women are socially superior to men. Oh, I thought you were going to say that's sexist. Okay.
No.
It's never sexist when a guy mentions something about a woman that's positive.
Long story short, Men climb the mountain, woman asks for a lift, and take a selfie at the top. Because to get any man, all a woman has to do is this.
Get back in the kitchen. You been on a boat before?
On a boat?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You have. Did you have to pay?
No.
How'd you get on? You were invited, right?
I wonder why.
Promoter.
Yeah, you knew a promoter, you got invited, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. What about the men that were on that boat? What do you think about? You realize they had to pay. They had to get the captain out there. They had to pay for the fuel or whatever it may be. They had to pay for the alcohol. Whereas you just
Or-
existed and got invited.
They have to bring the girls.
Yep.
Oh, and then also, you mentioned earlier that you're trying to get your money right and everything else like that. That's fantastic, but they didn't give a fuck about your money, did they?
Yeah, but that's also like, I'm using that to my advantage. Like, I'm focusing on what I can and I'm going out for free.
You're missing the point. The point is your financial status, your socioeconomic status, etc., didn't mean anything. You were allowed to hang out with males of a higher socioeconomic status and more income than you based off of nothing besides your looks and your age.
Bam.
That's what I'm trying to say. So by default, men must bring more value. You just exist, get invited on the boat. They had to buy the boat, hire the captain, get the alcohol, create the atmosphere for you to sit there for free.
She's no alpha. She's just a pass around like all these girls right here.
Dates does it take to smash? Like, bro.
At least a month.
My man's
Yeah, not even a month.
Honestly, 2 weeks. Ann and I have been together for like 2 years. We didn't wait after a date to
Me and my baby daddy, we fucked on the first night. I ain't gonna lie.
And that's the reason why they're all single mothers. Gentlemen, welcome to National Hoeography.
In the evening, they emerge with one thing on their minds. A search for pleasure. The large and the small. The thick and the thin. The drunk and the easy. Some with skirts shorter than my drunken father's temper, and looser morals than my mother when the milkman arrives. Their ill-fitting upper attire is in accordance with the code associated with these hoes of the evening. No one knows where they come from, and no one knows where they go after the evening closes.
National Hoeography be spitting some straight facts.
You ever seen like a train go into a tunnel?
Yes.
So like, instead of it being like a train, imagine it being like a Titanic trying to go into a tunnel.
So what goes in there?
Household objects like lamps and vases.
What the fuck?
Actually hilarious, which is saying that men used to have to do a lot less and get a very high value woman. He's like, so think about your grandparents and your grandmother. She was a high value woman. She raised the kids. She was conservative. She was beautiful, all of these things. And now we live in this moment where everyone's kind of a hoe and you have to work harder to get a woman that doesn't have any self-respect or any value. And I just thought it was a really interesting video. It was obviously funny, but he was saying something, and we live in Hoflation now where everybody in their own capacity is selling their bodies. And unfortunately, these are the options that men have. Now, I'm not saying it's stunning to me that women talk about what men need to be and what men need to be, but I think just kind of the complete disintegration of when I look at what my grandmother looked like in pictures. She passed in 2013, and just how classy and how beautiful and how much I wanted to be like her. And now I look at women today, and I just think, man, I feel bad for guys that that the pool is getting smaller. But
look at all these women's faces when they are told the truth. They have nothing to say to challenge her statement because they know she's right. And there's nothing more than a woman hates than being told the truth.
I've started to experience a huge problem recently. I've realized that you men have dealt with it your entire life. Communicating with women is fucking impossible. Here's the problem, you can't be honest with them. One thing I've learned from studying men is that you guys are often very honest with one another. At least amongst yourselves, you say what needs to be said rather than what someone wants to hear. And that's because it's also what you would want to hear. But women cannot handle the truth. The truth often sends women into an absolute frenzy because the truth can often be offensive and our first reaction is always emotional. I've experienced this firsthand. understand. My friends ask me for advice all the time, and I've never felt more like a girl than when I'm scared shitless to tell them that they might be the problem. I know it's what they need to hear, but because I know how much it would hurt me to hear that, I hesitate to say it. And I don't think men struggle with this as much. So what's the lesson for men? Be aware of this reality, but do not sacrifice your honesty. Even though women are offended by it, it's still the best thing for them in the grand scheme. A good woman will appreciate honesty, even if not immediately. I know I certainly do.
Now, can you guys imagine if mainstream media stopped lying to women and told them the truth like this?
You are unattractive, overweight, unworthy, untalented. Every thought in your mind is dumb. Every word you speak is dumb. Please don't ever feel entitled to win. You are not beautiful. You are not brilliant. And remember, you are alone. My prayer for you is that the world is against you. Every action you take has consequences for yourself. I see you.
Obviously, this was AI generated, but the moral of the story is Beyonce wouldn't have any fans if she told women the truth, because women love to be fed delusions and lies. And gentlemen, on that note, that's it for today's video. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe.
You look like a dad that drives a Yukon. Do you drive a Yukon?
Kinda.
Yeah, I bet so.
You sound like somebody that drives a Ford F-150 that the windows don't roll all the way up in.
Oh, no, it's a Tacoma. Wait, hold on. Hold on.
Why am I
Hey,
holding?
Brandon, look, my sister, she wants you to tell her happy birthday. It's her 22nd birthday today.
I'm on a show. I'm on a national show. I can't stop and tell your sister
It's right
happy
here.
birthday.
Look, all you can say is just happy birthday, Candace. She's right here. She's not talking. She's shot.
I'm not gonna. Happy birthday, Candace. I hope this year.
Yeah,
is the...
Candace, fit in your mouth, mother.
We'll be right back on the Brandon Walker College Football Show.